Yes, fuck me. We need tongue.
This is the Dude Loft Mountain Podcast with your hosts, Gabe, Tanner, and Tommy.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Dude Loft Mountain. I'm your host, Gabe, joined with Tanner.
Howdy.
And Tommy.
Oh. Hi. Sorry. I don't know why I was going to say Jack Rackham.
We know why.
See.
Yeah.
Because he is now our...
He is the guardian of the loft.
The guardian of the Dude Loft. Dude, I was fucking Pure Totem Locomotive, you know?
No,
you remember that shit?
What is that?
Pure Totem Locomotive. It is the spell McGonagall used to make the castle knights move to protect Hogwarts in the 8th movie.
Oh.
Why the hell would we know that?
What?
How would we know that?
Because it rhymes the way it does, too. I also felt like it was like some weird like child book reference or something.
I thought it was to do with trains.
It kind of sounds like a Dutch drug. Yeah, you got any Pure Totem?
But then the second part, locomotive.
Pure Totem Locomotive? Oh, you want Pure Totem Locomotive?
Yeah.
You want Pure Totem Locomotive?
Maybe.
Or do you just want Pure Totem? Because I can get you some Pure Totem Locomotive, but I'm telling you right now, that shit's going to fuck you up. So
it took me too long to
see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
There's Pure Totem, and then there's Pure Totem Locomotive.
So, Gabe, what did you want to talk about?
Yeah. So anyway, enough with that. So for those of you who may have not have listened to this, I may have talked about this on the podcast before. I reference, like, instead of looking back at your life of like, oh, when I was 17, like I had this year, to look at your life kind of like seasons to a show. It just keeps going. Mm-hmm. There's finales, there's like mid-finale season stuff, whatever. And you kind of can look at your life and be like, okay, yeah, no, I had like this chunk of time with these friends and I was really good friends with them. And then that eventually ended. And there was at some point a finale of that season of your life. And you go forward and it just keeps happening. So what is your genre of show if you did it with your own life?
Peaky Blinders.
Tanner's would be true crime.
Why?
Because you kill all the things I love.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Give them back and stop taking. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare.
Tommy,
yes,
you're
ma'am.
This is a coping mechanism. You're deflecting. You chase them away. I don't take them.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Was that too real?
Get the heavy blanket off. Get the heavy blanket off. So Peaky Blinders?
Oh, that was just the first show that came to my mind. But that would be pretty cool. Have you watched Peaky Blinders?
He asked for
No,
a genre, though.
Oh, well, I mean, that's like it's a period like drama.
Mm-hmm. But that would be your life as a show?
I don't know.
Do you not know my question?
No, I heard your question. I
don't know what to say.
I don't have a good answer for you.
No?
Mine would probably be either like a sitcom or like a Modern Family style like sitcom. Because like it's like I get myself involved in a lot of dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a lot of really heavy shit that happens at the same time. So it'd probably be something like that.
It'd be a good watch, I feel.
It'd be a lot of dumb shit, I'll tell you that much.
I asked my sister this same question when I went to go visit her. She couldn't think of one, but then as she was describing her life to me, I was like, this would be like a reality show. It would be a Jersey Shore-esque show. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, the Bad Girls Club. That's what it would be. And I was like, it's very interesting. And her life is changing now a lot. So her genre is probably changing with her.
Yeah, if let's put it this way, Gabe, you were asking me about what my deal breakers were a little bit earlier. Mm-hmm. Here's one. If your genre of life involves you being in a dress, pulling out another girl's hair at any point that doesn't involve sex, nope, I don't want in. Bye.
That's a really fair rule. Yeah.
Yeah. If that's your genre, if that's just like what happens to you, nope.
My sister's life is, I think she would agree in saying like chaotic, but it's been a damn interesting life.
Mhm.
It has been one interesting fucking show to watch. If you were to watch her life as a show, it would be pretty damn entertaining.
Yeah.
But I feel like, but yeah, then that made me start thinking because that's very off of.
Sorry.
Off of.
Sorry. Go ahead.
It's very off from my genre, and I'm like, well, I think my genre is kind of boring.
What's your genre?
Just, I can't really think of a name for it, but I think of my life as very not as interesting in comparison to her show.
Mhm.
People would watch, people watch Bad Girls Club. That's a famous
I
show.
feel like you'd be like a Good Place style show or something like Schitt's
I
Creek.
like The Good Place. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Schitt's Creek. Both good shows. Yeah. I'd
Because
like to
you-
think
funny shows.
You live very much in that headspace. What?
I'd like to think that mine is like a weird sketch comedy TV show, like Portlandia or I Think You Should Leave. It's just a bunch
Yeah.
of weird, funny clips that somehow
It's all just awkwardness and
come
stuff.
into the whole story of my life all together.
It's a good genre, I
Yeah.
think.
When I was laughing earlier, the line ran through my head because I was thinking about my life as like a sitcom or something like that. And I was like, man, but some of the dark stuff that it would have to deal with, it gets dark.
Yeah, it does.
And I was like, and and then the line flashed through my head. It said, my show would break so many barriers, and I was like, but fuck, at what cost? Like, what the fuck?
Well, so same question, but instead of if your life was a show, or what kind of genre would it be?
Mm-hmm.
If your life was an actor, which actor would it be based on the roles they've taken? Because based off of what you just said, I'm thinking Jason Bateman.
That's not a bad connection.
Because he's in all this funny shit, and then out of nowhere, left
Yeah.
field, he did Ozark, which is really,
I would say
really dark.
Jason Bateman, maybe Will Ferrell,
Yeah.
Yeah, Will
a little
Ferrell.
bit of Jim Carrey in there, maybe.
Oh yeah, Jim Carrey's a good one too. Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
done some darker stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's done some really dark stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe Nick Cage.
I was about to say Nick Cage is a joke.
I
but okay.
was saying it as a joke.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. What would yours be?
I don't know. I would probably, I don't know. I rewatched the entire series of The Nanny, and a lot of her
Cool.
humor.
Neil Patrick Harris. What would you?
Oh, that's actually a good comparison.
Really?
It's to how she acts as a person on the show,
Mhm.
and how he acts as a person on who he makes characters that he can have fun with.
Mm.
They're very similar in timing of jokes and how they structure their personalities and stuff. That's actually pretty damn close to them being very similar. Interesting. Why have I paid attention to these two people so much? Why do I know this?
Because they're your actors.
Oh, good one, Tommy. What'd yours be?
I don't know.
Good
I make
enough?
connections. It's what I do.
I really, really want to say Jake Gyllenhaal, but I don't. I don't
Doesn't work,
think.
though.
No, your
I don't
actor.
think I've watched enough of his movies to make that and mean it.
I wouldn't want to live out any of his movies. None of them
He has a
are
lot of
happy
weird ones.
movies.
Okay.
You
Except
would-
for maybe October Sky. That's his only cheerful movie.
You'd be like Miles Teller,
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Who's that?
the guy from Whiplash and War Dogs.
Yeah, and then wasn't he also in one of those young adult teen movies
Yeah,
or whatever?
is the one where
Was
he's
it
like
Maze Runner? No, it was Allegiant. Or
Oh, that I thought you meant those awful teen romance movies.
oh no, he's in a couple of those too.
Yeah.
but
What's his name?
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller. Yeah. Oh, but he was in Oh shoot, what was that boxing movie that he was in? It was about
Oh yeah, it just came out recently.
if you
right?
bleed. Not recently. It was 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Maybe?
Oh no, yeah, you're right. You're correct.
Bleed is in the title. I can't think of what it is right now. What is that movie?
I don't know, but he's like a good actor and stuff. But he's kind of he's like a Lalo actor.
Yeah.
He just pops into movies and stuff. Sometimes he gets into a really good movie like War Dogs, and he kills
Yeah.
it.
And then he does the Fantastic Four remake, and
Yeah,
nobody-
and
nobody
then he'll
saw
go
it.
film a John Green movie, and then he'll
So-
come back and do something else, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? He comes back and does Whiplash. It's like, what? What are you doing?
I have.
But
I have
that
sad
movie
news.
was Bleed for This.
Bleed for this. That's right.
About
Okay, yeah.
Vinny something is the boxer. Have you heard
Yeah.
the story about that? It's a great movie. You should watch it. But it's this boxer. I don't know, back in the 80s or something. out in like New York or the Bronx kind of area, and he gets in like a car wreck or something, and he has like headgear and he's like paralyzed and shit, and like works out and comes back to like box and wins. And there's the coolest part of that movie is the montage of him trying to work out while he's like in headgear and literally can't move his head. And he's like trying to bench press. And
Jesus.
They do a Rocky montage of it, but it's kind of like it hits harder because he's like crippled.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Well, Rocky was crippled too.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
And which one?
I mean, every one of his movies. You heard that speech impediment?
Oh, well,
Well, I don't know.
that's just Sylvester Stallone.
Adrian, please.
Adrian!
I can't understand my order. I could groceries. Adrian. I'm sorry, Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester?
Sylvester.
Still, oh my god.
Sylvester Stallphone.
So I googled Mr. Taylor.
Miles
and-
Teller?
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever. Whatever his name is.
We cannot function with names.
Names are for the weak.
And one of like the first few links that came up with his face is 7 quotes that are like 7 douchebag quotes from Miles. Like there's a bunch of douchebag words in those links. And I was like, huh, so he might be a douchebag. So maybe not him for you.
I mean,
Because you're not a douchebag.
I can be.
To who?
I don't know. I'm just trying to be Miles Teller. No, I'd probably be fucking like some like Ansel Elgort or the guy from like Warm Bodies, like those
Ansel Elgort's a good one.
those like little
Nicholas
feminine
Holtz, yeah.
actors that I hate.
I wouldn't say Ansel Elgort's like feminine.
No, not feminine, but the guy from Warm Bodies.
Nicholas Holt? He's not real
Would you
feminine.
call him like a twink or what?
No.
No.
He got pretty ripped for one movie or something
Really?
like that. So
He's just always been kind of like the timid, like quiet person in all of his movies, and I've just never
Is
enjoyed
Holt
watching him.
the boy you guys hate from that movie with the race cars
with the race cars
and the bald lady with the one hand?
Oh my god! What?
Oh yes, he's talking about Mad Max. God damn, dude! What in the
Yes,
fuck?
yeah. He's actually. I can stand him in that movie because he's almost near unrecognizable.
What the fuck? I just hate Warm Bodies. That
movie's terrible.
That movie should have never happened, and the book should have never happened. Whatever the fuck it was.
I think Ansel Elgort's probably a good choice.
Yeah.
Unless I find something.
I don't know how to dance though,
Unless I find something else.
or sing.
Hey,
Wait,
hey.
Maybe Andrew Garfield.
You claim you don't know how to dance, but that just means you've never
Actually-
taken a dance lesson.
Maybe Andrew Garfield.
probably or like Tobey Maguire.
No, Tobey Maguire's a notorious piece of shit.
But
He
Andrew
is?
Garfield.
He's a really big piece of
Oh
shit.
well, I'm not talking about him personally. I'm just talking about the characters he's been in movies.
He's no Tobey Maguire's way too he's way too he's viciously aloof.
Jonah Hill. But like current Jonah Hill. Like I'm not near as funny or creative as he is, but the second he got in like Moneyball and Wolf of Wall Street and started doing like more serious roles, literally he's who I want to be. like within those movies. Like I want to be the
So you wanna
numbers
smoke
guy
crack, huh?
that makes a shit ton of money.
I've seen The Wolf of Wall Street, and Jonah Hill in that fucking movie cracks me
Dude, it's so great.
up. But it's because he's so awful,
Yeah.
and you want to be him.
Oh, and he's in War Dogs and he's a piece of shit too.
Yeah, he is.
He's War Dogs. He like stole my heart in War Dogs. He is so good in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is insane. how good he
Those
is.
3 movies where he's done a more serious role, he's really, really good.
He's good in This Is the End too. I really like him in that.
I always thought that he would be really
That
good in
movie's
those roles
Ridiculous.
because of Superbad. He plays an asshole
Yeah.
as a teenager
Yeah.
so well when he's not an asshole teenager that I'm like, he's going to be able to be like those movies that are hard to watch sometimes because people are doing awful shit.
Yeah,
And he's just going to be really good at it.
yeah.
Did he direct that like skateboard movie that
Mid-90s.
A24 did? Yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen that.
Yep. Supposedly it's supposed to be pretty damn good. But yeah, no, he completely like War Dogs is one of my favies because of his character and how he plays him.
I feel like you'll be him maybe later on.
I'm
in life.
looking him up. He's in Django.
Jonah Hill
Yeah.
as what?
I don't know. What
I still haven't seen Django. So
You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch it. It's probably my second favorite Tarantino movie.
I have a weird thing with Tarantino movies where I really don't like Quentin Tarantino.
Why?
he's just a weirdo. He's an oddball, and he's kind of an asshole at times.
Well, you remember how you were talking? I'm sorry. Finish what you were saying. I got excited.
No, I was just saying he's kind of an asshole at times, and I just don't. I've seen interviews with him and stuff. I'm like, I couldn't be around you for a long period of time. Mm-hmm. But sometimes his movies are fucking amazing.
Yeah. There's so in Django, there's a scene where a bunch of clan members are like on horses trying to, like get Jamie Foxx. Mm-hmm. And Jonah Hill is the leader. Oh my God. You've seen it, right?
I've seen a clip of this.
Yeah. And
okay,
they're like all wearing like the clan hoods, and everyone's all mad about the hoods because they're like, I can't see anything, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
And this one guy's like, well, my wife made him. Are you going to like tell that to her face? And then Jonah Hill's like, everyone calm down. The masks were a great idea, poorly executed.
Yeah.
We'll take them off this time. Next raid, we'll have better masks. And it's just like, it's the funniest thing ever.
The fucking KKK. I love how much the KKK just gets dunked on in media, like all the time.
Because they're awful fucking things
that
are unfortunately alive.
Well, it's amazing to me that people are still joining the KKK. Like, what do you guys, you're basically just a fucking PTA group at this point. Like, you're just a hateful PTA group. Like, what the fuck?
Yep.
So here's why I think you'll eventually maybe be this person. I hope that you're not mean to me. But this is my reasoning for you being Andrew Garfield. So he's super nice, very trustworthy, does a bunch of good movies, and then he meets Emma Stone.
Yeah.
And
in Spider-Man, and they're
perfectly just happy in love. Everything's normal. We don't hear any bad things about him. And at an award show, he kissed Ryan Reynolds on the face.
I love that clip.
So
that clip is so
to
funny.
me, that all sounds very similar for a Tanner human.
Yeah, you're not wrong. If I saw Ryan Reynolds in person, I'd probably kiss him on the face.
Yeah, if it was his idea, yes, absolutely. Andrew Garfield's idea.
I think it was Andrew Garfield's idea.
So yeah, it actually matches perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. And I get to fucking be the hero in Hacksaw Ridge. That's sick. Love that movie.
Who is yours? Jason Bateman?
Yeah, Jason Bateman or like Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Oh, speaking of Hacksaw Ridge, you've seen it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it?
Hacksaw Ridge. I don't know. I don't think so.
Movie directed by Mel Gibson, and Andrew Garfield's like the main character, and he joins the army during World War II, and he goes to like Japan, probably like Iwo Jima or something. I don't know.
And he's a pacifist.
He's a conscientious. How do you say it?
Conscientious. Okay,
it's a hard one. Yeah,
you're fucking
conscientious objector.
There you go.
So
I can do it. Conscientious objector.
Yeah. So he's Christian, refuses to hold a gun because it's against his beliefs.
Seventh-day Adventist.
Gets a bunch of shit for it. While he's in the army in boot camp and stuff.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn's in it, and he does a great job. And then, like, they go to war, and he plays, like, the role of a medic, and it's based off a true story, saved, like, dozens of lives on probably one of the worst battles that, like, took place there. Great movie. And so, anyways.
Fucking amazing soundtrack, by the way.
Oh, it's really good. And, the other day I was looking up Academy Awards for, like best sound design and best sound editing, because I kind of want to knock out that list in the system over there and listen to it all.
Ooh, good.
And when that movie came out, it was nominated for that stuff. Didn't win though. I think it lost to like La La Land or something, which makes sense. Every single good sound design movie is going to lose to whatever musical is popular that year.
Which is La La
Land
won a ton of shit.
Bohemian Rhapsody, whenever that came out,
which is nuts to me because that movie was not good. People need to get.
I haven't seen either of them. I'm not a fan.
The editing is awful. It's edited like shit. Like, how often do you hear that about a movie? Like, rarely. If someone goes, the editing is shit, everyone I know who's seen it, they're like, it's like fucking all over the place. It's like choppy. Like, what the fuck?
That's like editing is one of those things where when it's done well, nobody notices it.
Yeah.
And so very rarely do you hear somebody complain about editing. And then when you do hear about it,
it's always going to be negative.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, there's I had no interest in La La Land. I don't like Bohemian Rhapsody, but every time a fucking musical comes out,
they always win.
Mm-hmm. But that's wrong.
Which is unfortunate because especially in war movies, so Lone Survivor 2, another one of my favorite war movies, great sound design, was nominated for that stuff, lost to a musical, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. But those
my God.
those war movies have such good potential for sound design because just explosions and gun like bullets getting shot, like all that kind of shit, like is such an immersive scenario for a movie. And it doesn't really get more intense than that, in my opinion.
You should do. So I had like a baby surround sound system.
Yeah.
That I got my senior year of high school, and I had that in my room. And the first movie I ever watched on it to test it out was Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, that would be a good one to
It's
watch.
pretty fucking intense.
Is that why shit like Cats gets made? Because all the actors are like, oh yeah, we'll definitely do a musical because we know it's gonna win shit, and I can go up in a pay scale.
Dude, I'm still not sure Cats wasn't a giant fucking joke. Because when I saw that trailer for the first time, I was like, there's no way this is real. Because they started introducing all the celebrities in it. Like, it was like a fucking, like, Tropic Thunder commercial. I was like, what the fuck?
It's everyone. Anyone who has singing voice. Jennifer Hudson's in it. Like
Ian
it's,
McKellen, James Corden. Like, what the
Ian
fuck?
McKellen was in Cats?
Yes!
Yes.
What?
So was Judy...
Garland?
Dame Judy
Dench?
Judy Dench.
Yeah.
James Judy
Oh my God. Why can't we do anything? Any of these
Judy
names?
Dench. Dame Judy Dench.
Her.
James Judy Dench. Okay.
Gang, gang, gang.
Oh,
Greblib.
I asked.
Grab them.
But yeah, all these fucking people were in it, and I think that's why shit like that gets made. Did you guys ever watch Cats?
No.
I watched the original.
I didn't watch the
Did
original.
someone edited it where they put realistic assholes on all the cats?
No.
Yeah, it's called Cats, but the assholes are added back in or something like that. Because like none of the cats have assholes in that movie, so they're like, well, we're just gonna
Oh no.
pop those motherfuckers on there.
That's awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
The internet has produced some of the worst things ever known to this universe.
Yeah.
It
That's
is
pretty bad.
terrifying, some of the shit that you can get on the internet.
So
I got herpes from the internet.
I don't think that's true, Tommy.
Well, she said her name was the internet.
Oh my God. You need to check things. Show IDs. Learn each other's names.
I mean, no, okay.
These are facts. You can't go against me.
It was a
These are
bus
things-
stop. What the fuck you want me to do?
Oh.
Hey, can I see your ID at the bus stop? This didn't happen.
Anyway.
I want to just make that clear.
It's like, let's go over this. What was I going to say about these fucking movies? The Hacksaw Ridge movie.
Yeah.
I would like to watch this.
It's a banger.
in there.
Yeah.
Do the thing with the surround sound.
It is a Mel Gibson movie, though, so get ready for a little bit of that good old God is good kind of.
Oh, I
Definitely.
know.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
Yeah. Very religiously charged. But
Yeah, not super preachy, though. Just religiously charged.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, religion aside, like the movie's about just in general good values.
Yeah.
Like it's a movie to get behind. Except like it's so weird because Mel Gibson's kind of a terrible person. And then he goes, and this is the first movie he directed since he kind of had all that backlash. He goes, and the first thing he does is directs a Christian movie,
Yeah.
which is damn good.
It is. It's really good. It's unfortunate. He's just such a handsome guy.
He's a good director.
He's
man.
a good
Braveheart's
dude.
still one of my favorite movies.
I enjoy watching Mel
love
Gibson
Braveheart.
on the screen. Like I enjoy watching his movies, and then it's just kind of awkward now. You said some real bad shit, but it's like he is like Mel Gibson in some movies is fucking amazing. And then like especially some of those late '90s movies he did and stuff like that. Like holy shit.
Highlander is really, really fucking good.
Highlander. What's the
Braveheart.
cop movie he did? Well, the cop series of movies. What was it? Beverly Hills Cop? No.
Did he do a series of cop movies?
Yeah, like a buddy cop movie with
Oh, Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon. Why
Yeah.
can't I think of that? Yeah.
Mad Max.
Mad Max. Those movies do not age well.
No.
They're hard to watch.
What Women Want.
Was he in Blade Runner?
Blade Runner? No.
Oh no, that was Harrison Ford.
Harrison
Yeah,
Ford was
yeah.
in Blade Runner, yes.
I got him confused with the guy in Dragonheart for a second, and I was like, "Oh no, that's not him." That's
Why
not
did I think
Who's-
Dragonheart like a couple minutes ago when we
Who's
were
the
talking
guy
about
in Dragonheart?
Dennis Quaid?
Oh,
the guy also
And-
from that weird water movie.
Do you remember who voices the fucking dragon in Dragonheart?
Yes,
no, I never. Seen
Who?
Sean Connery.
Sean fucking Connery.
That's the reason I
I'm a
love
dragon,
the movie.
you son of a bitch.
Did you guys ever watch the Aragon movie?
I have
Yeah.
been forced to watch it once. and then
not
almost
good.
forced to watch it again, but I left about 20 minutes.
Oh, so
in.
neither of you like it?
No.
That was so. I fucking love that movie.
Oh.
Why?
You're
a smart person.
I know. It came out like and was kind of the first like real fantasy movie I had ever seen. And like growing up, I was always reading fantasy books, like shit with dragons and magic.
You hadn't saw Lord of the Rings yet?
No, because I was so like Lord of the Rings was still kind of like
Not appropriate.
an adult movie for me.
I guess it would
And
be.
Gollum scared the shit out of me when I was young. Like
Really?
yeah, I did. It took me a while before I watched the Lord of the Rings, but
it never scared me. But that probably did scare a lot of fucking kids.
I was terrified of him.
I'm old as shit.
But it was like the first movie that I saw like dragons and magic in, and I was like, I read about this stuff all the time. Like I love these things. And Brahm, the guy who kind of like mentors the main character, I love his voice. I don't even know the dude's name, but
I know. I think I know what you're talking about.
I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know the actor's name though. That's where I was going with this.
Sorry, go ahead. What?
So I went to watch that movie with the same mindset and attitude of like, this one's going to actually show dragons. Like, I've read the book. I'm really excited. And I watched it and I was pissed. So pissed. So that's why I don't like it, because I was expecting finally dragons. Because I used to watch like weird 90s movies that were made expecting like cool dragons in it. And, you know, they have dragon in the title and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and it's like
it's never
the movies made by the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah.
And the CGI just sucks.
Yeah. And the dragon's in it for like 2 seconds. Like, they're always doing stuff. There's magic, but it looks awful. Like, I just really wanted Aragon to be good.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the best.
It was the first movie like on the big screen that I saw, like had all the things that I liked. So it has a special place for me.
I understand.
But
No, yeah, that's totally. There's a movie like that I have called Bowfinger. That's about it's with Steve Martin and Eddie Murphy, and it's like a low budget, like almost direct to DVD movie about like guy trying to be a director in Hollywood. It's more about him like guerrilla filming a movie, like because he can't afford permits or anything like that, so he decides to just make a movie guerrilla style by choosing like this one actress to basically they put her in these situations like as she's like walking out of places and stuff to film this movie. It's probably not that great of a movie. I haven't watched it in a couple of years, but I'd probably still enjoy it for me.
Yeah. Have you guys heard of a movie called Pathfinder?
Yes, possibly.
It came out in like 2007 and is totally ridiculous. But the like marketing of it and the actual movie cover, and it's all so cool. It's about this dude who's like raised as a Viking, and like I guess his tribe or clan, whatever, dies in a war against a tribe of Native Americans. And yeah, exactly, ridiculous. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
So they're going with that the Vikings have somehow landed.
But so it's like this one Viking kid is left alive and is raised by Native Americans, and he's played by Carl Urban.
What?
Yeah. And
what?
and then so he like grows up with the tribe and whatnot. And the point of the movie is that like a tribe of Nordic Vikings comes in and tries to take over the land again, and he being raised in both worlds is like the protector of the native tribe. And it's like just the visuals of that movie.
Oh my God, this looks dope as shit.
Are so over the top. Like the Vikings that he fights are like 12 feet tall, and it's Carl Urban just doing ridiculous like action stuff. And it's that movie that made me fall in love with just like really over the top visuals from stuff like 300 or Priest and like those kinds of just ridiculous action movies.
So some of my favorite...
The movie sucks ass, but but for like what it does and it knows what it's doing, it's really enjoyable.
Those old like Sword and Stone movies, I think, or what are they called? Sword and Spell or something like that. Movies like Conan the
Swords
Barbarian.
and Sandals.
What?
Swords and Sandals?
No, it's describing the like Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, I think that kind of genre of stuff is called like Swords and Sandals. Is it not?
Are you being for real right now?
100%. Yeah, I'm not messing. Like yeah, Conan the Barbarian and kind of like the Gladiator kind of movies. That's all and that's all swords and sandals, is it not?
I don't think
Sword and
it's.
sandals?
I don't think it's sword and sorcery.
Oh, okay.
Sword and sorcery is a subgenre of fantasy characterized by sword-wielding heroes engaged in exciting and violent adventures. Elements of romance, magic, and the supernatural are also often present. Anyway, those types of old movies, like the really like low-budget 80s, like just fucking dudes roided out of their mind in the forest, like fighting bad guys and shit. Those movies are always fun to watch for me. I fucking love them.
Who the hell is he in Lord of the Rings?
He's
He plays one of the Rohirrim.
yeah. He's the son of the king.
Yeah.
Of the Rohirrim.
Yeah. He's the son of Theoden. Theoden King.
Oh, that
Dark,
is
my
him.
dreams have been of late.
Huh.
He's in a lot of stuff. He's in that
Yeah,
priest movie.
he's in a lot of movies that I'm like, who are you in that?
And he's
Who are you in that?
he's the Dredd in the Dredd remake that came out like a decade ago.
He's in The Boys.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
he's in The
Judge
Boys.
Dredd. Did you guys ever watch the original
He's a
one?
good actor.
with
With
Sylvester.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, that was probably my like. I really liked that fucking movie. I have not watched it as an adult. 'Cause I would like to continue to like that movie, and I do not want to learn anything weird about it because I would like to enjoy the movie. I refuse.
Have you
Nobody
seen
tell me.
Priest though? With
Priest.
yeah, it's with Carl Urban as the bad guy, and then who's the guy that plays Vision in the Marvel movies?
Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany is the main character. And it's like future dystopian sci-fi movie where the church is like all reigning, you know, it's like government, politics, it's everything. Like the church runs the world. And there was an apocalypse where vampires took over the world and the church was the only defense. And so that's where like the dystopian scenario comes from. And during the war against the vampires, the church created a new breed of priests that are genetically enhanced to be like super strong and super fast, and the only weapon against these vampires, which are also like genetically enhanced to be super fast and, you know, crave blood, obviously. So Paul Bettany plays one of the priests and for some reason he's like cast out against the church because he thinks the church is corrupt or something. And one of the priests with him is Carl Urban, who gets converted to a vampire, and like with both of the vampire plus the priesthood combined, he makes like the most dangerous supervillain. And it's just so fucking ridiculous.
So
the priests use like really over the top like ninja fighting and weapons and that kind of stuff, like very similar to Ninja Assassin kind of action.
So if any woman is listening to this podcast and is super interested in this, like I am, please text me.
It's
because
one of the most fun, intense action movies I've ever seen.
I
Not even
fucking
gonna
love
lie.
dumb movie, like dumb concept movies like that.
Yep.
I
Like-
went to IMDb,
Uh-huh.
and all the actors have normal pictures except for Carl Urban. It's his picture as a villain, as the villain.
Let me see. Oh, that's not. He's not that picture is not the villain from that movie.
Oh, he's just a villain from another movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why
what
is
that
this his picture?
But yeah, like Priest, Pathfinder, 300, maybe like Immortals, like all of those kinds of movies, just over the top action, ridiculous concepts. Like, oh, I love them. They're so fun.
And Hercules, the Legend Journeys. What?
Yep, he's a douchebag in Hercules.
Oh my god!
Look at those frosted tips, my guy.
Jesus.
Carl Urban. He's so fucking good. He's in The Boys, and have you watched The Boys, Tanner?
No,
You need to.
This is like the fourth time we've mentioned The Boys on this podcast.
I know.
I need to get
And I
to
just-
it.
So good.
I have so much
good.
shit to watch.
You know, I'll start it tonight. Not even lying, I'll start it tonight. I need something to watch. I haven't had anything for a while.
I thought we were gonna watch our shows.
What shows?
I thought we were gonna watch our stories.
I'm so sorry.
Did you guys have stories?
We can do both.
Oh.
You guys have shows now?
No.
I was gone for a week and you have shows?
We watched the novelas.
No, we're watching Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh God! Just tell me. Like
He got you to watch it?
no.
Oh.
It was a joke. It was
Oh,
a joke,
okay.
Yeah.
If
thought
I
it
walked
was-
out into this room and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna watch Bachelor in Paradise," would you? And he turned around, I'd be gone already. I'd be like, no. Yeah. Like, oh.
Tommy's up the stairs
I'll
already.
drink out of the fucking bathroom faucet. Fuck this.
I watched it.
It's not bad though. I'm like, so I watched The Bachelor and The Bachelorette stuff with Karina because it's kind of our thing. It's really fun, especially just to sit there and make fun of all these idiots that go on.
Yeah,
this
that's
show.
the fun. That's the only fun part of watching reality.
But so
TV,
it's
yeah.
like
That's
The
how Adam and
Bachelor
I
in
enjoy
Paradise
things.
is almost too much because it takes all of the losers from the other seasons,
no.
puts them on an island together where if you don't get in a relationship, you get kicked out.
Oh,
And so like
I'd be off.
I watched the first
immediately.
episode of this newest season and was really, really into it. I'm not going to watch it by myself though, so I haven't watched any of it since Karina went away. Probably a better way to put that. She went back to college.
Yeah, since
I just didn't want to reveal like locations or anything, so I stuttered on my words there.
I'm sorry. It's just,
But the first
just the way you
episode,
said that. Holy shit.
since we took our break.
Tell me you murdered your girlfriend without telling me
Yikes.
you murdered your girlfriend. That's what it sounded like.
okay, she's coming back soon. We watched the first episode, and David Spade is the host. And it is hands down the
What?
funniest thing ever. Because this one chick walks in, everybody like does their intro and walks in and says hi to David Spade. And this one chick thought that he was
No.
Dave Chappelle, which makes no sense. So she calls him
Wow.
Dave, and David Spade is like, oh, okay, yeah, Dave works. And then like nobody calls me Dave, but I'll take it. And they kind of interact. It's a little awkward. He sends her off, and then like it cuts to like an interview that this chick is having with the producers, and she's like, "That's not Dave Chappelle," and it's just the funniest thing ever.
Oh my god. Okay.
You just get
so
you just get to watch David Spade make fun of all these idiots getting drunk and trying to have sex on
now
an
I want to
island.
watch it. So I've watched it with you and Karina like at least once, and then I'm usually cooking when it's on, so I'm watching as it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, what? Like, even when one of the people got kicked off or left or something, you guys went, oh, no, and said his name. And I ran out of my room and I was like, no, did he leave?
Because you hear us talk about like
yeah.
our favorites and shit.
And I hear it and like I get involved, but I do not want to watch that show. But I hate that I am involved now. But that sounds like fun
I
shit.
hate how much I like it. You know,
Yeah.
like
No, reality TV has a weird like if you grab that hook, it's like I know I don't watch reality TV, but I grew up on it because my parents watched it all the time. So I know like I've accepted the fact that like if I ever get into a relationship, if they like watching reality TV, I'm just gonna reactivate that part of my
Yeah.
brain and just okay, like I'm just down to watch it again.
it's like the opposite for me because I grew up without having like TV or cable,
Uh-huh.
so no reality TV whatsoever. The only stuff that we watched was when we went to like movie gallery down the street and rented some movies for a weekend. And the movies that we watched are usually ones that like came out or won awards and whatnot. So it's like decent stuff.
yeah.
And then when I finally got cable and like Big Brother or some
Oh, God.
trashy
Yeah.
reality TV show pops on, I'm like, can we go back to movie gallery, please? This stuff is terrible. So I like deep down really hate myself for enjoying The Bachelor franchise as much as I do.
Growing old is coming with a lot of its own nice little like forced compromises.
Yeah.
Where it just like you're like, well, I don't know. I just woke up today and decided, I don't really care if anyone cuts me off on the interstate anymore. Just fuck it. Like,
Yeah. That's honestly, so my siblings are learning to drive and they have, the peak road rage. And I'm just like, this is going to happen for so long, though. Do you have to get mad every time? Because I'm old. So, yeah. But that's how I feel about bowling and Topgolf. I hate them both. But I know that it's very easy to just use them as hangouts for groups of friends. And I'm just going to have to deal with
how
it.
do you hate bowling?
No, bowling is fun, but there was one time I went bowling with a friend of mine and like two girls that he knew from college, and we went to separate colleges, so I didn't know these chicks. They're just like my friend and two acquaintances of his, and we all went bowling, kind of like not a double date because I wasn't gonna date the other chick. But it was like the most awkward thing because he would get up to bowl. And,
Oh, no.
And as he's bowling, I'm just sitting with these two strangers, like, so, what you guys studying at college? And just like the worthless kind of small talk. I hated it.
Yeah. So that's why
bowling is a terrible scenario to get to know people.
Well,
Yeah,
bowling's
I
a bad first date.
Yeah.
What is it? What's the good first date? You're supposed to go see a movie and then plan to have dinner
and then
afterwards.
get dinner, so
yeah.
you talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So then you just have to go sit in a movie theater for a little while, and then you have something to talk about at dinner after, and that can spur conversation.
My first date with Karina was a hike, actually, which was really good. Because I know. Let me get there. Because it was like we walked the whole way.
Karina,
and, like,
what is you doing?
and like talked, and then after the fact, I was like, you just want to hike with a stranger in the middle of nowhere. you want to die? Like, imagine if I was some creepy dude.
With people in their walls?
Yeah.
Bring them back, please.
Interesting.
Never.
Actually, I gotta be honest with you. I don't care about any of the rest.
I wouldn't
They're in the
It's been too
past.
long.
They've
You know?
already decomposed too much.
Yeah.
But you touch this current one, we're gonna have some issues.
But yeah, no, I felt the same way.
People listening were like, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
I felt the same way.
Should we explain?
Nah.
We're not.
I felt the same way when I would go on hiking dates, because one of those dates were like in the middle of the night. Like we went up a mountain, which people just do, which I didn't know, and they all have like black lights for scorpions.
Yeah.
And I just agreed to it. This person picked me up. Like,
oh, you got picked up too?
Yeah. And I
my
like
God.
Gabe went to the second location.
I like got picked up, and I was like, they pulled out of my area, and I was like, I could be murdered.
Yeah.
I was like, huh. And so I just sent like my sisters and friends my location.
Here's
and,
my
like,
location. Yeah.
Here's the things. Like, this is what's happening, just in case. Call these numbers. And they're all like, okay. And they all just would take turns checking in.
That is a nice part about me being the size I am. I never have to worry about someone murdering
Yeah,
me.
you're not an easy target for like kidnappings
No.
or something.
It's like I've accepted my role as where I just subconsciously now when I'm out with my friends, I walk behind everyone. And it's just like a mother goose. Well, they walk in front, but it's like this weird, just like, all right, because like we went to Fremont Street one time.
You're at the helm.
Well, we went to Fremont Street one time, and it was a fucking. You ever been to Fremont Street in Vegas? Mm-mm. It's old town Vegas, basically. You know, what you always think of. You see the cowboy lit up and the giant, cover thing that's all lit up and everything. It's where the Golden Nugget is and stuff like that in Circus. But we were walking through there, and it was the first time I think I ever felt like I'm really happy I'm the size I am right now because I'm looking at people actively decide not to fuck with us, like not to do anything because fuck, that place is so fucking nuts. We had a dude come up to us, like dressed like us, like tennis shoes, shorts, everything like that, sunglasses, everything, asking for change so he could go gamble.
Yikes!
Like what the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
Is the golden nugget a golden chicken nugget?
Okay, so there's no such thing as a dumb question. Okay.
Oh, here we go. Here we fucking go. That was my ignorant question of the week.
There's no such thing as a dumb question, Gabe. At least there wasn't.
Until now.
No, the golden nugget is just a little nugget, or not a little. They call it like the hand of God nugget or something like that, or the hand of gold or something. It's this huge, giant piece of gold that they have on display there.
Interesting.
That's where it gets the name Golden Nugget. Yeah.
What would you guys do if you, maybe not a question for you, Tommy, because it'd be quite the undertaking.
Okay.
But what would you do if like you got kidnapped? I can't even imagine being in that scenario. Well, because Gabe,
if you're getting kidnapped, you can do nothing.
But Gabe, you sent that TikTok to me of like that chick in Tempe.
Oh yeah,
that was following a family into their car and like tried to get in.
What the fuck?
Like with their kid in the back seat.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot of weirdos out there. And after you sent that, I went on like this weird binge of watching How to Catch a Predator. Or not How to Catch a Predator, but just what is it called? Like
To Catch a Predator.
To Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
Like, God, there's not weirdos out there.
Jesus.
Yeah. So Annalie knows stats on like people being abducted and women trafficking and all that, and she like sends them out to us. But
has she sent you stats for our location?
Mm-hmm.
Safer way.
I'm sure she has. I'll have to check. I don't memorize them.
Living here in Mormontown.
We got to go south a little bit into Gilbert and.
Bro, there is a church right down the road.
No, but I mean, we got to go to that like Agritopia area.
Yeah, we got into hardcore Mormon area earlier on a drive.
But she said that statistically, if you have an umbrella or something like an umbrella with you at all times, you are like exceptionally less likely to get taken just by having it. Because when you're taken, like in the way that lady was going to do it, where it's like smooth and no one notices it, is what I assumed she was going to do. They don't want anything that would cause attention. So you swinging or having a weapon in your hand to swing causes people's eyes to go towards them.
Yeah.
But yeah, but she has a whole routine to get in her car, check her car. That's her biggest fear.
Well, I think you've told me before, Tommy, like you always check the backseat of your car when you get in or something, right?
100%. Yeah. Every single time.
And ever since you said that, I always do it because the light's on, so I might as well check.
Always. I don't trust, like, I don't know. I just don't. You never fucking know. You never fucking know, and it's like it's just a habit at this point. And it's not anything that's a habit that's not like a bad habit. Like that's just like a preventative habit. As long as it doesn't do anything bad to you, just keep it.
I mean,
might as well keep
as
it
long
around.
as it's not making you paranoid.
Oh, I'm not paranoid. I mean, where the fuck?
You smoke too much to be paranoid.
Why are they coming for me? Dude, for how much I smoke, I should be way more paranoid.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess that's the side effect that some people have, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know how that one time I like pulled up my For You page on TikTok and showed you like that one weird Satan thing that popped up?
Yeah.
My For You page is nothing but really creepy, like found footage, like alien ghost / crime footage. Mm-hmm. I can't get on TikTok anymore. It's too much, man.
That one you showed us, I was like, Jesus, fuck, what in the hell?
You got to start interacting with other shit I send you because that's how you get
out of it.
That says a lot about you, Tanner. How the fuck did you get on that side of TikTok?
Well, I was like,
how do you make all your recommended just satanic rituals and like animal sacrifice?
I don't know, but that stuff is super interesting. Well, it started with
You got to be careful with those rabbit
Here's
holes.
the only acceptable answer. If it started with like an interest in like cults or something like that, okay,
not necessarily with cults, but like probably the Illuminati or like Hollywood elite. Because there's this one interview where Cardi B is on like the red carpet, and the person she's talking to is off camera, and she's kind of looking like catty corner to where the camera is, and she's talking and answering the question, and she sees something and kind of like freezes, and people call it like the Hollywood glitch. Cardi B's not the only person to have seen this. Like Al Roker on like Good Morning America or whatever, and a bunch of other people have done something similar. But Cardi B's video is super interesting because you see something off camera. There's like 5 or 6 different people in the background in different scenarios who also are looking in the same spot. And for a split second, they all look like they just saw someone like get murdered or something ridiculous. Like there's pure fear in their eyes. And then they realize it. They take a second to recognize what they just saw. And then they like try to snap back, not look at it, direct their attention somewhere else, and like continue to act normal. And so like people get into this footage, and this TikTok that I was watching is like Hollywood elite, Illuminati, like something's going on in the background. Everyone in Hollywood is controlled, and like they're trying to hide that fact. And like nobody knows what's going on in the background of this video, but something's going on, and they can't tell us because they're controlled. So, and it's just all kind of like the media,
it's just Kevin Spacey waving,
yeah,
like Pennywise.
But do you remember when
I would love that
kind of before Jim Carrey dropped off, kind of like the face of media and stuff.
When he went a little nuts.
Yeah, but like kind of where he started was with where that whole like time frame of his kind of like life started was when he went on Jimmy Kimmel and like directly started talking about like the Illuminati and was like doing like the hand sign and stuff. Immediately after that, you didn't see him for a couple of years.
Correct.
And so it was like that, the Cardi B stuff, the Al Roker stuff. There's a bunch of other things that all of these conspiracy theorists lump into the same category of.
Yeah.
They're all controlled.
Yeah.
By something.
You got to be careful with those rabbit holes because my TikTok has taken a turn a couple of times.
It's so fun.
And then I'm like, then I have to go to my For You page and find other videos. Or not my For You page, my followed page to find other videos to get out of that because I'm like, it's 2 a.m. I don't need to hear listening to this.
Well, I don't look at it before I go to bed because I just know if I scroll through TikTok, it's going to be like every other video. I'm going to see something creepy.
It's just like, all right, time to go to bed and boop.
it's like memes or like Satan. Like that's all I get on my TikTok.
That one you showed us, I was like, well, who the fuck? Why? Why do you need to make this?
I don't know, man.
I forgot what it was even about. What was it about?
The one that I showed you?
Yeah.
It wasn't about anything. It was just like the description was in like some weird different language, and you click like see translation, and it says something like your soul will burn in hell for all of eternity. And
and it was just
weird. Cuts to like some really weird kind of
Imagery.
VHS kind of imagery of Satan that's all like distorted and stuff.
Dude,
It's fun. I like being scared.
Way more than me because you somehow were able to play that game without
dude,
hesitation.
Five Nights at Freddy's will forever make me shit myself. It's just so the jump scares are so viscerally in your face.
I should post that video on our Twitter. But yeah, last night we were playing through Five Nights and Resident Evil 7. Probably played through like an hour of Resident Evil 7 before.
No,
I
that's
was
it.
like,
Hour and a half. Yeah.
Before I was like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, the beginning of that game's stressful as fuck. But Five Nights at Freddy is just pure stress. It's just a stress simulator.
Five Nights is definitely more fun.
Yeah,
It's
I
more
think it's more fun.
Yeah.
but it's more fun, but the scares are harder.
I disagree because it's like I don't know. It's pretty harmless scares. It's what gets you is the anticipation of the scare, and they do a really good job of
me, I
designing
fucking
it
know that.
for that. But then there's Resident Evil where it's just
Constant.
like it's like the fear for survival.
Yeah.
I also didn't
Which is
play
very
Resident
different.
Evil.
Yeah,
Like you were the only one that played through that, so I have zero. Because if you handed me that controller, I probably would have locked up.
it's tough.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do those.
And
games.
that wasn't the first time I played through the first part of that game, and I was still just as scared.
that Five Nights at Freddy's where you handed me the controller and made me play it, and we got through that first round. It's the first time I've ever played that game.
You did damn good.
I have it downloaded. It's on my computer.
Yeah.
I've never played it. Never. I was like, nope, I can't. It's
Yeah,
just stress.
I was watching you play the Resident Evil game, and I told Adam about it, and he said that it's one of his favorite games. He played it all by himself.
No, I
has-
started it by myself, played it for about an hour, never touched it again. Like,
Yeah, he said it's really good. It's real fucked up.
I mean, I'm interested in and want to know like what's going on with that family and
Yeah.
why I kill them and fight them multiple times only for them to come back and like torture me more, cut off more limbs, you know.
Yeah.
So
What a
I'd
wonderful
like to know about the
sentence.
story, which is
Yeah, to reveal what's happening.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. They get you to keep
Yeah.
getting on there. But yeah, no, he said he played it and it was fine. I've played Five Nights at Freddy's. Like I haven't played it myself, but I've watched other people play it. So I think I can handle that because it's been many, many, many years that I've watched people play that game.
Well, let's find out.
we should play through Layers of Fear because I think that's
I do wanna play that,
I think that's
yeah.
a game that both of you could play through because it's not super like jump scary in your face. It's just kind of
Layers
tense.
of Fear.
Yeah.
Doesn't you think I can play this game?
It's like an onion.
It is like an onion. We talked about it on the last podcast, I think. But like one of my all-time favorite scenes from that game, which really encapsulates the whole game, is this scene. You're like walking through the hallway, and there's an upstairs where you hear a phone ringing, and the phone like knocks over and drops down to where you're walking. And you like look up, try to see what caused the phone to knock down. You don't see anything, and so you go through the hallway, go up the stairs, go to where the phone was, and investigate. And when you get up there, the phone is there and it's ringing. And you're like, how'd this happen? I just watched it fall down. And you go to pick up like the phone or something, and like a ghost or something like pushes it over. And so it's like a time loop. So like you're at the bottom watching it fall, then you go up to the top and you see what knocks it over. And it's just like that game is super, super smart about like you turn and the room changes. Or you do a loop and something changes. It's really clever in making you feel like you're kind of crazy.
That's a dangerous game to
It's
play.
really fun. It's enjoyable actually. It's,
Interesting.
It's like I play it just to be impressed at what the game makers did because it's really clever.
It does sound clever, and I'm interested now.
Yeah.
I've seen like the first hour of it played. I think it's pretty interesting.
The start's a little slow
Game.
because
Yeah.
it kind of tries to set up like why the things are happening. But it's a good game.
Interesting.
But I do want to play Outlast 2 at some point, even though I know it gets weird as fuck.
You know how being high intensified the fear? Mm-hmm. So I told Adam that you did that, and he was just like, "Oh, that sounds so fun. I never thought about getting high and playing a scary game." He's like, "Oh, that would be so cool." And I'm like, "Are you a fucking Satanist? What's wrong with you?"
No, I'm kind of with him in that. I think being scared is fun.
Being scared is fun. I'm just viscerally. Words are not my strong suit.
Not today.
Yeah.
Not most days.
Hey, hi. It is. I'm so viscerally scared of dying on accident from being scared.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big man and my heart's doing a lot of work at all times. So all I need is for how did Tommy go out? Well, a fake animatronic bunny jumped up and made a loud noise, and we just heard him go, wah! and we knew
his heart stopped.
he.
But I mean,
he fucking died.
you would be gone. You would have no memory of it.
You know what? This is true. This is what I always say to myself: is like, actually, it's not going to fucking matter to me.
Yeah.
I just would prefer to, eliminate the risk.
Just live in the moment, Tommy.
Live the Tao.
Yeah. Just do it.
Everybody needs a Tao.
Oh, that's Tally. Never mind. Anyway.
No, that's actually Mr. Hanky.
No, I was thinking.
What you were doing. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you understood.
Tanner.
Sorry, Tanner.
Yes.
I need you to answer me a question.
No.
Okay. Gabe.
Okay.
I'll answer your question.
No, you don't want to answer it.
No, okay.
It's Gabe. I need you to answer me a question.
Say no.
Are you a plan maker?
Yes.
Okay. Fuckface. Are you a plan maker?
I think it's.
Do you typically stop looking behind you? I'm looking at you, Tanner. Fuckface. Tanner, fuckface.
I think it's Senor Fuckface.
No.
Are you a plan maker?
I try to, but I'm not good at it.
Like if you and your friends hang out, typically you're getting invited. You're not inviting.
Yes, I'll be the one getting invited. But if it's like if it comes like vacations and stuff, like I'll try to put a plan together. Like for a trip.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, yeah, that's a little different. Like vacations.
Okay. That's where my mind went. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, planning hangouts and stuff. I don't.
Okay, so it's not that I'm not a plan maker. One of my friends is yelling at me about how I don't ever make plans. He wasn't yelling at me, but he's just saying I don't ever make plans.
Yeah, I feel that. Every time I see my sister and my brother-in-law, they're like, hey, when are you gonna invite us over to your house? It's like, oh, we'll hang out and watch a football game sometime or something. And
I honestly,
it doesn't happen. I see them the next month for another dinner, and they're like, when are you gonna have us over? It's like, I don't know, I'll have you over for the next Jake Paul fight, and then it never happens.
I tell people, just shoot me a text, genuinely. I'm not being like, oh yeah, shoot me a text. I don't want you over here. I'm just gonna tell you to tell me whenever you want to come over. No, I'm like, I don't know. I'm free sometimes. Mm-hmm. I don't know when I'm free though. So send me a text message and say, hey,
Tommy,
do you want to hang out?
You're free all the time.
Am I though?
This is America. Don't catch you slipping up. Don't catch you tripping up.
It's just I do have a hat that says peace, love, and freedom.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
I oddly enough got it at a Walmart. But it was only $5, and when I scanned it, it said 50 cents.
Hell yeah!
And I fucking hate Walmart, so
I also hate Walmart.
Yeah,
samesies.
I avoid those places like the plague.
Me too.
Yeah, but they got a good selection of hats, and I need lots of hats.
I don't like them.
You don't like hats or Walmart?
Walmart. I don't like hats enough to go to Walmart for hats.
I definitely am a planner. And actually, speaking of, does Karina like to be scared?
I don't know if she likes to. We've definitely watched our fair share of horror movies, and it's always a good time. But I don't know if she seeks it out in the same way I do.
So, if we were to go to a horror nights type of
at
thing,
Universal Studios,
yes.
Yeah.
So, I know that Adam would go into places that I have limits, but you don't seem to have limits. So, does Karina also have limits?
I imagine she does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as long as I get to hang out with someone while I go, fuck no, I'm getting a hot dog. And I just wait at the finish line. Then, yeah, that's fine. So I'm a planner in that way. I take note of those things, so I know who to invite for certain things.
I don't know how I would handle, Universal Studios Halloween nights.
They're really dope.
It's in person, which is a more real fear.
Yeah.
When we're talking horror movies and horror video games, it's a couple steps removed.
I prefer horror nights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think video games scare me more than being in person. In person, I know what I'm physically
these are actors or something.
Well, yeah, and I also know what I'm physically capable of. So even if one of these actors just happened, in the fear is that someone snuck into this horror fest and dressed up as someone and is there to do real harm. Like, I'm sure that is itself a scary movie somewhere. And if that were to happen and someone did try to grab me and actually take me, I know what I'm physically capable of, but in a video game, I don't know what the fuck to do. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm less scared in person, and it's not that bad. The only one I can't go into is they do The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Well,
and I can't.
I
won't.
went in
You are
that one.
you are viscerally afraid. I've been using that word a lot lately.
Visceral.
I think it's literally just because we've been playing Dante's Inferno and it's made by Visceral Games.
I mean, and that is a visceral
It is a
game.
visceral ass game.
Yeah.
You are viscerally afraid of zombies. Like, more than anyone I've ever known to be afraid of zombies.
It was used as a young age to scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It was made to make me comply. It is a terrible, terrible fear that I have. But in person, like, I will never...
How do you feel about that? Would you say it had an effect on your relationship with your mother and father?
Do you wear wigs?
Do you wear wigs? Will you?
Will you wear wigs?
When will you wear wigs?
Have you worn wigs?
We'll show you that video later.
Okay.
It's so fucking funny.
Anyway, yeah, no, it's awful. I went to the daytime Walking Dead one that they had, and that one was pretty fucking scary. Luckily, Spitz could handle it less than me, so he's the reason why we got kicked off that ride.
Interesting.
But I was real close.
Yeah, I've been to the Walking Dead thing in Universal. It's pretty fun. But so I don't know. I feel I kind of psych myself out of like haunted houses, kind of like in-person Halloween things, you know? Because when I was young and had to visit my dad in Globe and stuff around Halloween time, there was one year we went down. We went to downtown Globe where there is a jail that is no longer in use, but the like local theater production was allowed to use it to put on a haunted house for Halloween. And we go in there, and this is like an actual jail that's like designed to be a jail from like the, I don't know, early 1900s or something, because Globe's old as hell. And you go in there, and it's like actors from the theater production doing really weird stuff. People are like chasing you down the hallways of this abandoned jail with chainsaws and weapons and shit. I hated it. I hated it so much. I was so young, and my dad just like, why are you being a pussy? And it was just like that one experience of just like feeling fear and then also being kind of
shamed having fear.
For the fear, just like makes in-person stuff for me kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked, bro.
Yeah, kind of shocked me a little bit.
So but zombies for me.
Yeah. But I did the zombies thing in Universal and kind of enjoyed it.
I think I could do it in the daytime, but like they extend it. And I looked at the map because they give you a map of what the attractions are because they turn everything into horror houses.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like after a certain time, it goes from Universal to just all scary.
Yeah, all scary. And there's only like the entrance is all closed and like the main walkways are all full of things that might randomly hide and they'll just pop out while you're walking to the attractions. So, but that's like, you're relatively safe in those areas. They pretty much have their little ways of going. But they extended it so big and I was like, I couldn't even make it to, like, I just outlasted Spitz, but that's it.
Yeah.
I was like, we weren't even close to the end yet.
They do a lot. And I mean, Universal
so
Studios
good.
is a huge Hollywood studio.
Yeah.
And so like, obviously they keep things within legal realms.
Yeah.
And it's still as tense as it is. Imagine signing up for like a McCaney Manor or something. Have you heard of this?
Yeah. McCamey Manor is a fucking ordeal.
Yeah, or like those kind of most intense, like haunted house or torture scenarios. Have you heard of McCamey Manor?
I heard of types of things like
Run
that.
by a fucking weirdo.
And I couldn't do those.
Insane.
I can't.
Yeah.
I will. Nope.
There's like Navy SEALs who tap out of that shit.
Yeah.
Because it's too much.
Yeah. Because you're like signing a waiver, which I don't even know how it's technically legal. I guess it's just if no one's pressing charges because those waivers aren't legal. You can't sign a waiver that says I willingly will take on harm to myself. That doesn't stand up in court, if I remember correctly. But they sign waivers and then they just literally like torture them. Like not like torture, but like there's like throwing up involved. They're like putting bugs on them. They're shaving their head. They're slapping them. They're like pretending to drown him and shit like that.
It's very physical.
Yeah, they had a similar one.
It's not even scary like Halloween shit. It's straight up torture.
Yeah, it's like you know how like
Sorry. Sorry.
you know how like in like a scary movie or something, it's always like, you know, serial killer has someone like strung up in like a container in their backyard kind of thing, and it's all like, you know, gross and dim and like, you know, dank and everything like that. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just that you're not like in a scenario of like, oh, that scared me. Oh, that scared me. It's like, oh, I'm mentally exhausted.
Yeah, they're throwing you in a freezer, yelling at you, calling you names while also beating you up.
And this goes on for like 8 hours.
Blood and guts on you. It goes on for like a whole day, if not more.
Well, oh yeah. So the old one only went on for like a work day, basically. But they moved to the South recently, and excuse me, and they moved to the South recently, and now they do like this weird thing where they take you to one location where you're like running in this part of the forest they own away from this girl actor who's chasing after you.
Oh my God.
And then they like kidnap you and take you to the next location, and that's where they do all the like the fucked up shit. But like they put you through like an actual like hostage situation first. And then they go through and put you through the
that's nuts.
Like physical part of it.
A genius idea. We only have 2 more episodes until spooky season. Well, the month of. And I think that we should take on spooky season episodes.
Spooky season episode?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How do you want
all
to
right.
structure
I'll be
that?
Bill Cosby.
Oh, Jesus.
What did I do, Arnold? I'm Bill Cosby. I'll double mabble boop. Wobble baby buggy bumper.
Yes. We'll talk to this. But yeah, it's going to be spooky season. Maybe by next episode.
Squeaking.
Thank
No,
you.
not by next episode.
No?
Next episode
Bruh.
comes out.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What, like September 20th? It'll be a couple episodes before we're in October.
in 2 episodes, and we'll have spooky season episodes. I'm so excited.
Love the spoopy season.
Thank you all for listening very much. Keep coming back.